Hello. Have you been out in the sun? I think some people should just use a little bit more factor 30, shouldn't they? Anyway, let's not linger on that. Do you fancy an adventure in pop? A big adventure this time. We're going to go inside the songwriting process. Well, as much as I can kind of share. Well, I'm actually doing it at the same time. This week, at the beginning of this week, I started writing a song, as is often the case. I just start writing, and then gradually I go through the process, and I come out with something that I either like or I don't like, and on we go. But this time I had the wherewithal to stop myself in mid-flow and think, actually, this might be interesting to some people. This might be, like getting to the very heart of the songwriting process. I'm not sure if it completely is, because some bits were already done by the time I started. But what I'd like to do in this video cast, episode 22, is hand you over to me to take you through the whole thing. And then at the end, I might just pop back and just, pull together any of the loose ends, explain what the hell's happened, and wish you a good day. So I'm going to hand over to me into the songwriting process itself. If you're enjoying this series, do follow, subscribe, and tell all your friends. And in the meantime, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Okay, I've never done this before, right? But this is the heart of the engine room, and a song is happening. This is like, I'm just sort of suddenly thinking, oh, I'm giving birth. But I've never sort of kind of talked this through. So I'll tell you exactly what's happened so far. I went and sat at my piano, which is over here. I'll show you. There it is. I sat at the piano, I fiddled about with some chords and sort of came up with something. And then I remembered some words that I think I probably had put together 20 years ago, 1890 or something like that, early noughties. And it had never gone into a proper song, but there were just a few lines I had always quite liked. I thought they were sort of, kind of poignant and a bit funny. So I wondered whether the tune that I was just kind of coming up with, the chords on here, he says pointing at the piano, would match the words that I remembered from ages and ages ago. And they kind of did. So what I then did, having got just some chords, and even now, if I go and sit down now, I might not remember all of them, so I can't chat to you for long. Then I went over to my laptop, which was just over here, and I've just written a whole load of words. So I've used the words from 20 years ago, but then they weren't enough. I mean, I think there were only about 3 or 4 lines I could actually remember. So I've now written a whole load of words, and the words have to, for me to be satisfied, they have to kind of remain in that same kind of poignant, sad, but sort of amusing tone. And I'm going to tell you what they are, right? So this is it, because by the time this song finishes, this could be completely different, or even just as likely is that there will be no song, because somewhere along the line, I'll have just thought, no, that's not working, and it gets scrapped. So this is very much in the moment, fully understanding that this could turn to mush, at any moment. And that's when you suddenly realise, which happens on a regular basis, that the gorgeous clothes that the emperor you thought was wearing, there are no clothes and the emperor's naked. And that's that moment when you've got to realise it for yourself. Is the emperor wearing fabulous clothes, or maybe no clothes at all? Here are the words I've written. I don't love you anymore. I thought I did, but now I'm not so sure. There, I've said it now. I haven't fallen through the floor. It's just that I don't love you anymore. All those funny things I used to think were charming, sweet and innocent, funny and disarming. But now your behaviour is increasingly alarming, and I don't love you anymore. Lightning strike me down if I tell a lie. I just came to say hello and then to say goodbye. But if you want, I can tell you all the reasons why I don't love you anymore. I don't love you anymore. I'm sure we all agree it's best to know the score. But I can't turn back the clock to where we were before, and I don't love you anymore. I think now about all the things we didn't do, all the places we could go that I never took you to, all the nights alone that I didn't spend with you, because I don't love you anymore. And then I repeated the chorus, which I think is lightning strike me down if I tell a lie. I just came to say hello and then to say goodbye. But if you want, I can tell you all the reasons why I don't love you anymore. And guess what the song's called? Yeah, I don't love you anymore. Now, what I'm going to do now is, at this stage, I'm going to go to the studio, plug myself in, and see if I can start with these words now to get a more certain idea of chords, rhythm, and then start kind of getting an arrangement. Oh, I should also say that to kind of get me started on this, I just found a rhythm on a bunch of looped drums that I thought sounded okay, and I used that when I first sat at the piano to work with the chords, and that rhythm going at this tempo, something like this. So now when you look at the words, it's I don't love you anymore. I thought I did, but now I'm not so sure. And it sounds stupid just talking it through, but it's quite important that you've got to think around, do the exact number of syllables go with this rhythm? And if they don't, change the rhythm or change the syllables. Simple, one or the other. Anyway, catch you later. It just occurs to me, I should just add a couple of things. One is, this moment in the songwriting process is quite an adrenaline rush, actually. So you're thinking, is this going to be something that's really good? Is this going to be one of those, is this the career-defining song? I mean, let's be reasonable, but one of them might be. And the other thing is, you sort of think on a very practical level, can I now go into my studio and not come out again for hours and just get this thing down so that I, don't forget too much of it? Because if now, I had an appointment to go out in 10 minutes, I would be fighting to get bits down, and I'd probably be late for what I was going out to, or, et cetera, et cetera. So it's quite good that right now, on a very practical level, I've got nothing else I need to be doing this evening. And as I say, this is a moment of, potential excitement. There you go. See you later. Okay, so what I've done now is I've spent an hour in my studio. I mean, you recognise my studio is where all the video casts get recorded from. And I've got to the point where I need to just record a very rough, and it will be very rough, a very rough guide vocal, which, and its purpose is to ensure I don't forget the song. That's almost all it is. And I can build some of the arrangement up around it, but then it will all get sung again. That is why I'm sitting down to sing it, so forgive me, because I wouldn't normally do that. I have very strict rules about standing and sitting, so it's okay. I'm just trying to make sure that I've got all the words in. So what I'm doing is I'm beginning to learn the song. It's like I've written a song, but I don't know it yet. So I've got to learn how to get all the the right emphasis on the right words in the right lines. So it's quite interesting. But anyway, so here is a terribly rough version, kind of out of tune probably, and a bit all over the shop, but this is so I don't actually forget the whole blooming thing. So if I nip to the shops in a few minutes, which actually I might do, I don't want to come back and find I can't remember any of it. Okay, here we go then. From the top, where are the words? I don't love you anymore. I thought I did, but now I'm not so sure. But there I said it now, I haven't fallen through the floor. It's just I don't love you anymore. All those funny things I used to think were charming, sweet and innocent and funny and disarming. Now your behavior is increasingly alarming, and I don't love you anymore. The lightning strike me down if I tell a lie. I just came to say hello, then to say goodbye. But if you want, I can tell you all the reasons why I don't love you anymore. I don't love you anymore. I'm sure we all agree it's best to know the score. Can't turn back the clock to where we were before. And I don't love you anymore. I think now about all the things we didn't do, and all the places we could go, and I never took you to. All the nights alone that I didn't spend with you. 'Cause I don't love you anymore. Lightning strike me down if I tell a lie. I just came to say hello, then to say goodbye. But if you want, I can tell you all the reasons why I don't love you anymore. In an instrumental, it will probably go here. I don't love you anymore. And lightning strike me down if I tell a lie. I just came to say hello and say goodbye. But if you want, I can tell you all the reasons why I don't love you anymore. Rough as hell, and quite a few lines I was getting wrong in terms of where the emphasis goes, but I will learn it, you see, and then when it comes to actually putting like the proper lead vocal on, you know, I'll do it line by line if I need to, just to get that thing right. Anyway, thank you. Hello, it's now Wednesday morning. I started doing this on Monday evening. Actually, I didn't do that much yesterday. I was running around doing other things and watching football. But I did that slightly irritating thing of coming back to it for like 5 minutes and then running off, and then coming back to it for 5 more minutes and running off. The thing is, I think it's safe to say now that the idea on Monday has successfully kind of migrated into being an actual song. So that doesn't always happen. That birth basically of going from, you know, a couple of chords and a few bits of lyric into something that seems to have a proper structure and a life of its own, seems to be happening. So this song is still called I Don't Love You Anymore. Where I'm up to now is I've now recorded most of what I guess is the arrangement, and what I'm going to need to go back to today is re-recording all the vocals and doing them properly with harmonies and all the rest of it. That will be the next kind of big job. And then, you know, I'll try and look at the song, you know, in its completion and work out what it still needs. Do I need to repair any of the existing things I've recorded? Because that happens quite often, particularly things like the bass. And you know, does it need more? Does it need more, or does it even need less? Sometimes I put too much in. I'm trying to peel things back. So those will be the kind of decisions I've got to make later on. And that might be today. I think I've got a bit of time today to try and do these vocals. I'm up unusually early looking at this at the moment, which is why you've got morning sun over here. Don't normally have morning, and I've still got my glasses on. Apologies for that. So anyway, listen, I wish you a good day. I'm going to get on with looking at these vocals for I Don't Love You Anymore. I can't normally sing very well in the morning. I have to, you know, wait till I've, you know, talked to people and got everything kind of warmed up here. But let's see how we get on. All right, catch you later. Okay, so now it is Thursday evening. I've recorded loads of vocals, well, as usual. Let me have a look. Just let me give you an indication of what that really means. Loads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different lines of vocals. So there's a lead, there's a bit of a shadow on the lead, there's some harmonies for the lead, then there's a couple of other vocals that are doing different things that just come in on choruses. I guess that's part of the course. That's not unusual, but it's quite a lot. And then what I have to do when I've done all that, which is what I've just been sitting here doing, is going back through all those vocals and cutting, in micro detail, cutting out all the background noises, at times when I got a little bit carried away, and you can hear me hitting a rhythm with my feet, which is really irritating. And then finally, having dealt with all of that stuff, which is a kind of the, managing of all of those bits of vocals, then the last thing is I'm just doing little licks and bits of arrangements that, will be those kind of like earworm things that just, are nice to hear. Like some of them are a bit ambient, some of them are percussive, some of them are bits of guitar and stuff like that, just to kind of finish it off. This song is going to happen, and I'm quite happy with it. And I guess, starting on Monday, finishing on Thursday, that feels about sort of normal. I haven't been at it, all night, but we are almost there. So prepare yourself for a bit of a run through. Okay, catch you later. Well, I hope that was interesting. I think what I should do is play you some of the song. Now, look, there's no video, obviously. It's just been created as of like today. You've heard bits and pieces, so I'll play you a portion of the song. And then I guess what's going to be interesting is, will I still like it in 6 months' time, or, 9 months, or even a year's time, as I'm starting to put next year's tracks together? Will it appear on an album, in 2022, or will we never hear about this ever again and we'll never speak of it? I don't know the answer to that question, but that's part of the adventure. So listen, thank you for sticking with it. I hope this has been illuminating in some way, and we'll do it all again very, very soon. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
I don't love you anymore. I thought I did, but now I'm not so sure. There, I've said it now, I haven't fallen through the floor. It's just I don't love you anymore. All those little things I used to think were charming, sweet and innocent and funny and disarming. Now your behavior is increasingly alarming, and I don't love you anymore. Lightning strike me down if I tell a lie. I just came to say hello, then to say goodbye. But if you want, I can tell you all the reasons why I don't love you anymore. I don't love you anymore. I'm sure we all agree it's best to know the score, but I can't turn back the clock to where we were before. And I don't love you anymore. I think now about all the things we didn't do, all the places we could go that I never took you to, all the nights alone that I didn't spend with you. 'Cause I don't love you anymore. Lightning strike me down if I tell a lie. I just came to say hello, then to say goodbye. But if you want, I can tell you all the reasons why I don't love you anymore. Lightning strike me down if I tell a lie. I just came to say hello, then to say goodbye. just came to say hello, then to say goodbye. But if you want, I can tell you all the reasons why I don't love you anymore.